Alright, we're going to try it again. Damn it. Damn it all to hell. Try this one more time. Okay. Mouth moves. Steph says, first again. Howdy, Steph. Howdy, James. Great to see y'all both, as always. Sorry about the faux pas. Everything decided to say, screw it, we're not doing it. Oh, good Lord. Oh, all right. Mike just told me that Dad's taxi service is needed. And that's important because I can't open this until he shows back up. Not only can I not open that one, but I can't open this one either. He's trying to teach me how to take better care of my face so that I can maybe grow a better beard. You know what? Okay, I'm game. I'll give it a shot. I am going to follow his instructions and rules exactly as he lays them out. He said something about eating cucumber. That part for me is going to suck. I can't stand the taste of raw cucumber. Now, pickles? Yeah. I will destroy a jar of pickles. Pickled okra? Same thing. Oh, yeah. Aiden! Howdy, sir. How you doing today? It's not Aiden. Damn it, Donald. It's Eden. Eden! Howdy, sir. How you doing today? And James, just so that you know, I am not all that big on getting the thumbs up. But I am going to tell you pretty soon, everybody's going to be wanting to be aware of where my channel is. Wait, you're having a smoke-free day? Oh, Eden, that's not going to work. Good Lord, no, that's not working. That's not appropriate. Smoke-free days. I'm going to have 2 smoke-free days between now and the end of a. Eden, you can throw a thumbs down on there. It's not going to hurt my feelings none. Seriously, it won't. Other people might think, God, who's the asshole who gave this guy a thumbs down? But then again, I know who the real asshole is here, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not deleting this channel. Hell no. Though I might end up on YouTube's hit list, and they might delete the channel right out from under me. That's a different story altogether. Alright. So I'm having a little bit of difficulty getting the cigar out of the package. That does not happen very often. But every once in a while you have to just peel the cellophane. It happens. Normally that's because like a little spot of glue will end up on the band or something. And then it is, once the band's on there, they really quick, they try to get it inside the cellophane so that no more can happen to it. And sometimes that little bit of their cellulose glue will end up sticking to the cellophane. By the way, this is, as normal, a black market. Who didn't know that? I knew it. Y'all should have. No. I said that YouTube, they might decide to, they might completely decide to get rid of my channel. Once they do that, though, as I have guaranteed them I would create a new email and I would be right back in action. And they know it. They know it because they've challenged me a few times and I've told them, that ain't gonna work, dummies. Alright, I don't call them dummies. I don't want to call smart-ish people dummies just because they're stupid enough to not realize that when I tell them something, I actually mean it. Oh, yeah. Eden, yes, they would probably try to put an algorithm out there to find my face. But, you know what? That just means they're going to be deleting a lot of channels because I have plenty of emails that I can go with. I have 27 emails set up right now that I could go with at any point in time. Okay, I only check one, but I use those other ones to sign up for things that I know are just going to be spammed the hell out of. Sometimes when I'm researching a product, they're like, oh yeah, you got to put your email in here. Bye. Good luck. You will be able to blow that sucker up and I will never talk to you through it. Oh. No, I don't mean porn. My wife's completely okay with porn. Hell, she watches it more than I do. Okay. I didn't say I don't watch it. I just said she watches it more than I do. Nothing to get twisted over. If it works, it puts her in the mood, I'm all for it. What guy wouldn't be? Oh, and in case you're really wanting to know what they would try to delete me for, they would attempt to delete me because I use knowledgeable statements. James, you were joking. I wasn't. There's no reason to lie about that. But YouTube would love to delete me because I use medical knowledge and reasonable theory to explain my viewpoint on certain things, like COVID and the COVID virus that I'm never going to take. Never going to take the COVID virus. Not in a vaccine form. I might get the COVID virus, but I'm never going to take it. I'm not just going to reach out and say, yeah, put that crap on in me. Nope, not going to happen. And here's my reasoning why, in case y'all want to really know about that. There are some virus vaccines that are still completely considered viable here in the United States that are actually outlawed in Europe. Wow. I've had nurses tell me specifically, If you read the fine print and it says it's made by Johnson & Johnson, don't take that one. Some of the side effects are terrible. You just don't want to be a part of that kind of research. These are people who work in the medical professional. They're around this stuff all the time. They're the ones actually having to deal with the issues of these vaccines. That's who I'm talking to. Oh, I know. YouTube likes to go with whatever the WHO, the World Health Organization, says. Well, I want YouTube to ask these basic questions. Does the vaccine make you impervious? As in unable to be infected or have it on you or be able to spread it at all? Does it make you impervious to COVID? Because the answer to that one is no. You could have every one of the vaccines and you can still get COVID. Vaccine doesn't make you immune or impervious. It means that you are probably going to have lesser symptoms because they're giving you a muted, retarded, or mostly dead virus so that your body can have its own immune system attack that virus and start creating the antibodies that will actively destroy that virus, because that's what the regular immune system does. Oh, but somehow they might decide that they want to get rid of my channel because I've said, yes, you could still spread the COVID virus even though you've had the vaccine. But that's true. You can. That's proven. You can still get the COVID virus after you've had the vaccine. You can. That's true. That's medically proven. Well, you can die from COVID. Okay, that's proof. That's proven. Okay. You can die from the vaccines. Well, that sadly has also been proven. Wow. Catch-22 there, huh? What if you happen to be one of the lucky ones that won't die from COVID, but you happen to be one of the unlucky ones that might be small case allergic to one of the chemicals that goes into the vaccine, and so therefore you happen to have a bad allergic reaction and that kills you? It's possible. I mean, they're not telling you what's in the damn stuff. They're just giving it to you. Am I saying that the vaccines are bad? No. If you feel like it's the best option for you, go get one. Shit, don't let my decision to say, nope, not for me, affect you in any way, shape, or form. I have psoriasis. That means I've got an overactive immune system. Chances are very high that even if I do get it, my body's going to just say, bitch, please, I'm done with you. Get out. And that's what it does to everything. I dated a girl that got strep throat twice. It wasn't like we weren't kissing. I did not get strep throat. Eden, I'm also glad that you got the vaccine. And I hope very seriously that it works for you as a 100% option. You do not get it, and you will never feel any bad or ill effects from either the vaccine or the virus. That's what I hope. But remember, I didn't say you shouldn't do it. I said, I'm not doing it. Oh, and hey, guess what? I live in Texas, home of the world's largest medical community. Yes, world's largest. And Governor Abbott said, no, ain't nobody going to be forced to take this vaccine. You want to force people in Texas to take it, you better pay them to take it. Otherwise, no. Forget it. Not happening. And I applaud his decision. I would have applauded Hillary's decision had she made the same statement. Y'all can all know that I don't like a single person named Clinton. At least none that I know of. If any of y'all are named Clinton, please go ahead and inform me that I am wrong. Because I like most of you. Just not Bill and Hillary. Not happening. James, see, now that's exactly the point that I've been looking at. I'm seeing people going into the hospital with COVID that are fully vaccinated. And now they're saying, oh, well, you're going to have to start getting booster shots every 6 months. Well, either the vaccine works or it doesn't. And, well, let's also look at what I do as a regular statement, okay? That little bottle right there gets filled up every day. This is just how much hand sanitizer I use on a regular basis when I'm out and about. I was out and about today. If I'm doing stuff and I'm out and about, I'm sanitizing, I'm wearing the mask, I'm making sure that I can't touch any surface of my face that is going to be causing me to contract COVID. I'm doing what I can to mitigate the dangers. It's all you can do. Oh, plus, my wife and my mother-in-law both have asthma, so they can't go out anywhere. My wife is allergic to the flu vaccine, and her doctor said, well, if you're allergic to the flu vaccine, you probably shouldn't take any of these COVID vaccines because, quite honestly, it is very similar to the flu shot. So my wife can't take it anyways. She could end up dead just from it. So there it goes. Eden, yes, you're right. Israel is very different from the United States. There's some things I really admire about Israel. One of those is the guaranteed 2 years of service of some sort. And I've talked to several people from Israel that explained that to me, and sounds to me like a good idea. Just saying. I agree with you, James. We need to definitely know how to treat it. Howdy, Ron. Great to see you there, sir. Oh, it's now 3 years if you're male. Okay. I thought it was only 2, but that's fine. Brett Windsor, that is extremely correct. You cannot tell me that anybody who's had the vaccine is impervious or completely immune to contracting or spreading it. And it should be the option of anybody who's willing to take that risk. Howdy, Paul. Great to see you there. Always was 3? Okay. I'm sorry. I was informed wrong, I believe. Or maybe I misunderheard. I thought it was 2 years. Maybe it was 2 years if you had a handicap of some sort that kept you from being able to do actual military duty. But at those situations where people were handicapped or had some sort of a mental issue where they couldn't do that, if they were good and strong and able to, if you were a strong individual and you could work, but you just weren't quite mentally aware enough that you could be trusted with a firearm, they'd put you with the parks and the crew that does the parks, or cleaning up streets, or patching holes in streets and buildings and stuff like that. And then there's like if you're handicapped so that you can't actually operate weapons, but hey, you can answer phones, or you can file paperwork, or you can be there on the suicide hotline type thing. We can find things that you could do. Right. So, right, as Eden is pointing out, there's a lot of different possibilities and jobs, but you got to do it before they actually lock you in and say that you're a citizen. You don't have the full rights of being an Israeli citizen until after you've done your time. And, you know, maybe you're just the perfect size and shape to do pushing a full tray down the hospital so that people can get food as you're there. There's so many things that people can do, and I really wish that America would do something such as that. They won't, but I wish they would have. Don't call it a draft, just call it what it is. Look, thank you for being an American, but you need to put your time in too. There's a lot of things you don't see in Israel that you see in the United States of America. You don't see as much of people with a healthy dose of disrespect for their country in Israel. Because everybody who's old enough in Israel and who is still there has pretty much earned that right to be as disrespectful as they want to, but it's kind of drilled out of you by a certain amount of time. It's just one of those things. Yeah, here's the funny thing. Unless crap really hits the fan, those people who are doing their mandatory years of service are not going to be the frontline troops. Sorry, 2 or 3 years. However it works out. Huva Ilta Boris. Who's playing tonight, by the way? I thought about watching it, but it's a little difficult for me to do such. Oh, so I've gotten misinformation on that one also. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks there, but okay. Eagles and Tampa. Yeah, I think I can skip that one. There's some about Philadelphia that I really wish that they would win, but I just don't like the team. And there's some about Tom Brady that I really wish he would walk off a cliff and just disappear into the sunset, but I don't think he will. Could be that I'm a Raiders fan and have no coach right now, but that's okay. That's right. My coach basically was told he could either be fired or quit. By the NFL, not by the Raiders, by the NFL. So, anyways, Eden. I keep doing that wrong. I apologize. One of my contacts that, I talked to, now, granted, it was over 20 years ago. And these guys happened to be Mossad. And not all of them spoke the best English. Most of them actually spoke really good English, though. So, but some of them, you could tell they specialized in other languages, because as a group, if you put that group of guys from the Mossad together, I don't think there was a language on the planet that they wouldn't be able to understand, or at least somebody in their group would understand. Though all of them spoke a little bit of English, not every one of them spoke like English. And of course, my Texas accent didn't help any. Go figure. Oh, Ron, that's horrible. But yes, so the guys I talked to from Israel, they said that for the most part, your frontline troops were going to go through a long and extensive training program before they would even get near the front line. And I was like, well, so what's long and extensive? Because here in the United States, quite literally, you can go through, well, for the Army, some are going to say boot camp, but yes, it was just basic training. You can go through basic training and airborne jump school. Well, you could. Not anymore. School starts earlier now. But you could do it between your last class of your junior year and your first class of your senior year. All right, you'd be 2 days late going to senior year. But you could do it in that amount of time. That was only 3 months. And they laughed. They said, 3 months? It's 9 months before we even really trust you to have a firearm in your hands. Like, damn. Okay. So maybe they were just discussing Mossad, but maybe they were talking about the front line. I mean, like I said, maybe I misunderheard. Very easy to do when you're really trying to just not get your butt stomped by some guy who's walking around with one of those Smokey the Bear hats, just spoiling for a chance to pummel you. And if you think boot camp or basic training was hard, go to jump school. Wait till they throw that damn bag of shit on top of you, and they make you run around with that. In case you don't know, parachute plus your own equipment and gear means that you are going to walk around waddling. It's heavy. It ain't for the easy going. I saw plenty of people think, oh yeah, parachuting, that sounds like fun. Oh yeah, washed out. I did it because I didn't want to come home. I didn't want to come home between my senior and junior year, washed out of jump school, and have to live back with my parents. Hell no. That shit was dangerous. Yeah. Eden, you definitely don't want to mess with the Mossad. Or the Zohan. Go ahead and say it. Yeah, I saw that. And Boris, yes, I know the Raiders are they're looking like they're going to go for first round coach pick this year. Eden, it's an Adam Sandler film, complete parody, but you will appreciate the Zohan push-ups. And if you can do that, I don't want to know, because I just don't want to know. But yes, Zohan push-ups are awesome. Hey, no big deal. I mean, back in the day, I could do some one-arm push-ups. I still couldn't do Zohan push-ups. No big deal, Eden. I'm pretty certain that Adam Sandler is not going to show up on my live to be pissed off at you for not watching that particular movie. I did like his 2 football movies, though. Oh, and I liked 50 First Dates. Come on now. But that was with Drew Barrymore. She's my age, so. Yeah. Bring on Drew. Which one was Hollywood Magic? The Cut Gems one or the or the 50 First Dates one? But at some point you start realizing that everybody who's acting on an Adam Sandler film happens to be pretty much either his friends or hand-picked by Adam Sandler to play in the film. Oh yeah, yeah. Hollywood Magic is the push-ups. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Eden, if you don't like his brand of humor, it's no big deal. That's completely your right. I mean, at one point in time, I liked Jim Carrey, and then his stuff just got. I guess after Liar Liar, it kind of fell off of a cliff, and he started asking too much money, and they quit saying it. Howdy, Cliff. How's it going, sir? Cliff, I have been starting now at 5 o'clock because somebody named Phil decided to put it wrong in the BRTV guide. So I decided to make sure that he was right. I'm just that kind of guy. I hate it when I'm wrong, but if I can do things to help you out, especially if you're just saying, hey, we want 30 minutes extra with Donald, I'm cool with that. Now, with Jim Carrey, you go back to, like, well, let's see, Liar Liar, The Mask. There were some movies that were out there that were hilarious. But then, after that, he did, like, what, The Majestic? And it was like, oh, bye, Jim. Eden, I will be glad to try and tell you anything I can about those cigars. Cliff, you cannot quit early on any day in Arkansas at the dentist's office. That is putting 15 teeth a year in jeopardy, and that's like 45 people. Well, James, if you jump back in there, claim your spot, slam that flag down and be, this one's mine, damn it. Okay, okay, the Monster, and then the Romacraft EMH, okay, that one's good. The Bombay Torpedo. Alright, from Crown Heads. New Las Calaveras. Oh, God. I have loved some and hated some. And 3 Caldwell East. The Caldwell Eastern Standards are fantastic. They're sometimes very difficult to get, so good find there. The Romacraft EMH, I really do like that one. The Mbombay Torpedo, well, it's okay. I wasn't a big fan, but that was because flavor-wise. And I'm never going to be big on the torpedoes because I end up smoking wet, so they don't do much other than plug up for me, unfortunately. No, I read it, I got it. James, look at that. Phil's right there saying, don't go anywhere. All right, Cigar Culture 3, yeah. I've never had a Cigar Culture, so I'm not sure what to tell you about that one. Okay, the Hoya Antonio, yeah, that's by Drew Estates. Good cigar there. Nat Sherman Metropolitan. The Habano is okay, and so is the Maduro in that. I'm never going to suggest them on a Connecticut. Just can't do it. Warped. La Hacienda. La Hacienda First Growth. Warped is doing some really nice stuff with cigars. La Vida Habana, Connecticut. I haven't had that one. And Montesino, I haven't had one from them either. And don't let that hit you wrong. If a cigar was not available at my shop, I probably wasn't going to smoke it or actively go searching for it. Because I was trying to work through what was there at my shop, so I knew every cigar at my shop. And in the 9 months I worked there, I did not anywhere get close to smoking all the cigars at my shop. So don't think that just because I haven't smoked that cigar meant that I didn't try it or wouldn't have tried it. It just means that I had a hard time getting to everything. Cliff, yes, sciatic nerves are always a pain in the ass. Howdy, Mike. Glad to see you, sir. Mike, should I open it? I don't ever let Phil get me mad. There's no reason to get mad at Phil. When you consider all he does for the cigar and pipe community. Mike, Cliff, Boris, and James, Dingus McSwain II, have all said hi, or howdy. I'm fairly certain that if... Oh, and my pipe and I, who is also Eden, has said hi, and I'm fairly certain Phil has said hi. Also, if Steph and Skip are here, I'm fairly certain that they're about to say hi. I got 13 in chat. That's pretty good. I mean, some people, you know, they get upset with small little discrepancies. You know, when I was doing my time in the Army, yeah, I got upset with small little discrepancies because they would cause major problems. But pretty much I grew out of that eventually. And Paul's back. Howdy, Paul, again. Don't worry, Ron. You can say hi to Mike. I'll say it for you. Mike, Ron Hardcrackers has said hello. And if his daughter's in the car, I'm telling you, she's right now freaking out because there's people talking to Mike while he's driving. So, Phil, you're very correct there. That people definitely fly off the handle if they feel disrespected, and that most of them do very little to earn any respect. I've been noticing that the world has gone that direction pretty solidly. But of course, I just want it to be known that when Phil told me by way of his email list that he would like to have me for 30 extra minutes on a Thursday, I didn't bat an eye. I just said, fine, I'll go with it. Let's do this. I did not do it to win the Man of the Year award, because it wasn't announced when I started doing it. It wasn't until the next week or maybe the week after that happened. Now I'm just hoping that it gets me some points, because I would really like to have a J Mouton pipe that way. Seems like a nice pipe. Howdy, Martin. Glad to see you there. Martin, in case you're wondering, no, I'm not trying to give you anything for tomorrow. You'll find something, I'm sure. And I won't mind. I think it's funny. I still think it's funny. Howdy, Ben. Great to see you there, sir. Great to see all of y'all, really. Mike's in his car and typing is not possible. Which is no big deal, Mike. Safety first, family first. Don't worry about us. We're still good. Don't worry, James. Your time's coming. You're pretty close to that stage where people should know who in the hell you are and what you're about, and not have to be sitting there thinking, who is that? Yes. Well, I am not going to wear a tutu, but at any point in time that Martin feels like he is up to a challenge, I am willing to go hot food against hot food. Against Martin, anyways. Knowing full well I'm going to win. James, man, if you piss Martin off, I mean, you've done something, because Martin has done the most to piss himself off above everybody else. Let's see, what is it? Exclamation point flipper. Exclamation point chicken. Exclamation point frog. Exclamation point donkey. Exclamation point shot. Just when his show gets going, somebody is going to troll the hell out of Martin. And he made it happen. Martin, seriously. Come on. You do not want to get into a hot, spicy fight with me. It's not going to go well for you, sir. I promise you. Derek might be a contender for the hot and spicy. Well, maybe we can see about that. Oh, that's right. Exclamation point crickets. Of course, Ben Greenman should be allowed to use exclamation point crickets at like any time that he wants to. He did bring the crickets. James, you might be able to handle it, but I saw Martin go all woo! Oh my God, that's hot! On a tater chip. Now I've eaten the Packy chip, or a lot of people call it the Packy Ow chip because most people say, "Oh, it's hot." And I did make it to level 3 on Death Nuts, which is about 10 times hotter than the Packy chip, especially the way I was going at it. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey Martin, go ahead. Get yourself some Death Nuts if you think that you can handle. I want to see you get past level 3. Do it on a live. Why not? Good lighting and all that. I want to see if your head will turn as red as mine obviously did. One of Bill's favorite photos. Not a problem, Mike. Just let us know when you can watch, because I'd like to open these. If not, I will open them tomorrow. Ben gets the cricket sound for free, or else he sends some more for you to eat. It's kind of a lotion on the skin type of thing. James, I'm sure that you would. But I'm also betting you'll read the instructions if your box comes with them. My box didn't, so I screwed up. Martin, if I had to do it over again, I would A, watch all those videos of all these people eating one stupid peanut, and then I would do what they did and eat one stupid peanut. Eden, the scorpion on a cigar, that of course is the Camacho. The red one you're talking about, oh God, I'm trying to remember, that's, okay. School bus yellow is Connecticut. Blue is Ecuador. Ecuadorian Habano. Red is Sumatra, I think. That should be pretty good. I've had it before. I've smoked that several times. They're pretty good. But if you're going to go looking for cigars with the scorpion on it, might I suggest the bourbon barrel aged? And if you're going to do that, I suggest the Robusto. It just had the best flavor. It is not that the Sumatra is bad. It's that it was just not as good. And the Camacho brand is owned by Davidoff, so you're looking at, they're going to put some good quality stuff in there, and they're not going to skimp on their quality control. Oh, so Phil, eating one peanut is wrong, but eating the whole stack of them that way, that's the right way to go. Okay. Okay. Habano and natural wrapper tend to be intermingled as far as what they are able to be used as. Martin, I'm not a fan of nubs. I think if I'm going to spend that much for a cigar, I want something that is... A nub is about that long. I've been smoking on this cigar for 30 minutes, and I still have almost that much to go. Now, you'll see all these pictures where the nub is smoked down to where it's unsmokable and it's got a ash hanging off the end of it. I can do that with an Alec Bradley Black Market Gordo. I have a picture of it. And it'll blow people's mind. Oh, and by the way, do not just type in Briar as the email address, because I made that mistake recently. Yeah, for some strange reason it showed up with Phil's picture, but then it didn't send it to Phil, it sent it to Briar, wherever Briar is. So then I had to resend an email. I feel like a dummy. It's alright though. Okay, Martin, if you are going to be looking for nubs, the Cameroons are okay. You might want to look to see if they've got something that is like the V series. I think you're going to like those better due to your personal taste preferences. Phil, that if any of y'all show up in Houston, I will take you to the guy who took the picture. And then I will let him tell you how I took 2 more puffs on that thing and held it back over the ashtray and the ash just fell off. Oh, well, if you're just going to give the nubs to Derek, yeah, the Cameroon wouldn't be bad. He's not been smoking so long that he's going to be able to distinguish the amount of different flavors and all that. But you might want to get yourself a couple of the V's if you can. And James, be careful wherever you're running to. Yeah, the Project 40s are a damn good cigar for a $5 cigar. Shocked and amazed at how good they were for that price. When they first showed up at my shop, of course, I opened the box because it says Alec Bradley on it. And I was like, I love this. And I tried it. It's a little bit light as far as nicotine goes for me. But as far as the $5 price tag, there was no complaint at all. Still a good quality cigar for relatively a cheap product. Now, a lot of people that were buying these factory seconds, this, that, the other, they were completely mad that we stopped carrying a lot of these factory seconds. And then I showed them that, well, you can get factory seconds right here for $105 Or we can go over here to Alec Bradley Project 40 and I can show you for $100 you can get 20 cigars. And they stopped being mad at me because they didn't realize that the Factory Second brand had gone up that much in price. Howdy Odie. Great to see you, sir. Yes, the skinny monsters, those are crazy good. By Tatuaje, definitely a good cigar there. Is the red Camacho a strong one? It's a little stronger than 2 or 3, but it's not as strong as the black. The black one's going to be the one that really, really throws you down and tries to beat the hell out of you. But if you're really into a strong cigar, yeah, it's a good strong cigar. They use all Maduro all the way through, so binder, wrapper, and filler is all Maduro. So it's going to be kind of weighty when it kicks you in the teeth. It's got some strength to it, just saying. Well, Ron, make sure to pick up some for Doug. Yeah, Martin, the triple Maduro are good, but I like to warn people that it can really, really hammer on you. It's best to be able to sit down when you're having one of those. The red is not necessarily a morning cigar, but if you've got the day off, you got yourself a breakfast in already and you're sitting down with your coffee and going to have a cigar, yeah, it'd be all right. Squirrel! Odie says shut the hell up. He ain't going to listen to me. Because my cat's walking around out there and he's going to scream at my cat until my cat goes away. Mostly because my cat has killed a few of those squirrels. Well, wouldn't you be pissed if your mate or brother or sister has been munched on by a big freaking cat? That's all he's saying. That damn cat, cat, cat. Now, Martin, you're saying you like a good, strong cigar. One for you that you might want to look into is the Punch Diablo. Strong, smooth, and it doesn't feel that strong. It's the moonshine of cigars. It's great when you're sitting down, but then you try to stand up and walk, and you're like, whoa, that's got some power to it. Boris is correct there. It is now officially Friday for a good chunk of the world. Not quite the weekend yet. I like to say that my Friday show, though it's early for us, is officially the weekend show. It's when the weekend starts. Everybody's either real close to being off work or they're already done. Unless, of course, you're working the weekend, and, well, then I feel bad for you. Well, Odie, I'm going to tell you, it's been a while since I've had a good squirrel soup or stew. But living this close to Louisiana, we have definitely had a few. I guess my cat has walked farther away than he needs to be screaming at him. Hey, there's some pipe tobacco out there that will blow your head off just as quick as some of these cigars will. And then again, there's some cigars that are lighter and for whatever reason, I smoke them and I get all, oh, I got to put this out before I get sick. And I'd say I know what I'm doing with a cigar. I mean, it shouldn't affect me like that, but some of them still do. So, those are normally the ones I only try after I've had a real heavy meal. Oh, by the way, y'all remember me saying something about University of North Texas and how you're not supposed to get one of their coffee cups? Now, just for a minute, I'm going to leave that right there. That is an official University of North Texas coffee cup. I am not sure what design major thought that would be acceptable. But somebody did. Oh, you didn't think that Arkansas was going to actually do what it did? Martin, honestly, I haven't looked into the college games that are going to be played this week yet. So, I'll tell you tomorrow. Eden, if you look at the handle forms a C. So if you look at this just right, it's not UNT, it's C-U-N-T. Why is Philly called the city of brotherly love? I really haven't understood that. I would love to know. Somebody who took some doctrine that had to study a little bit of Latin. Philos is Latin for love, so there it is. So Philadelphia, Delphia being city, and Philos, the root word for Philly, was of course Latin for love, so therefore that would be Love City. I guess then they decided to say it's the city of brotherly love. That mean as hell to people that sound like me and with my color of skin. But hey, you know. Well, Martin, if they gave the coffee cup a green handle, then it would have been just completely wrong. Southern Tenant Farmers Union, STFU. Awesome. Just not sure about the brotherly love there, Boris. I think it's got a bad connotation now, and something that could get a football head coach fired if he was to start talking about it. Luckily, I'm not a football head coach. But it is something that's more or less briefly described in a certain screaming portion of a certain movie that features a guy by the name of Lee R. Ermey. If you look up Lee R. Ermey, you'll see that he was often referred to as Gunny. And one of his most memorable roles ever was playing a drill instructor for a Marine boot camp. And that movie happened to be Full Metal Jacket. But if you watch that movie, you might hear some portion of why something might be called brotherly love. Well, all right. So I was going to try and wait for Mike to show up so that we could do a YABO. But people are asking, so we'll go ahead and find out. It says, well, I can't pronounce the first word here. T-I-E with an accent mark G-E. Hanley. Uncomplicated skincare for men. And in it, there is a morning facial moisturizer. And there's a thank you card in here. I will read that later. There is a scrub. Oh, and each one says how often you should use it and when, so that makes it easy. There is a PM bedtime facial moisturizer. That pretty much is self-explanatory. That makes it pretty easy. And then there is a daily face wash. And Mike is trying to help me get my face in order so that I can actually maybe grow a decent beard. Unfortunately, once I start this, he says I've got to shave. So I'm going to. Probably tonight. So for those of you who like me better with the beard, just realize that I'm probably going to be beardless come tomorrow. And then there's the other box. And this one is from Addison, Texas. The first one says it was from Chicago. And this one might be for any of those of us who already have a beard going. Or facial hair as it is. Ooh, nice. They've got a little sticker on their stuff. Alright. There is a keep on growing. Oh, alright. Little notebook there. I'll probably end up with a lot of information about cigars on that, but and a sticker. Now, if I could just grow a beard that looked that good. But it's probably, Alright, so beard wash. Because what most people do is use their own shampoo on their head. And shampoo for your head does the wrong thing for your beard. And look, I'm just as wrong about things as anybody else, but Mike's trying to help me out here. I said, you know what? You've gone through all this trouble to do this for me. At least I can do is give it a fair and honest shot and do exactly as I've been told to do. That way, maybe it'll grow and maybe I'll get a nice, good-looking beard. Okay. I can only grow hair where the follicles are. I mean, it's not like I'm going to grow chest hair. I still haven't grown but one. It grows right out the center. One. All one of it. Cliff, I absolutely adore how Gunny ended up with that role in that movie. For those of y'all who don't know, Lee R. Ermey, a guy named Gunny, he was the technical advisor when Full Metal Jacket was being filmed. And they would run through one actor and he would try to do the Marine Corps bust you down at boot camp role. And everybody just kept getting it wrong. In fact, that is a blue jay. Good call, Cliff. And Lee R. Ermey kept telling these guys, you gotta put all of it in there. You can't just go part way. You gotta get up in their faces. You gotta scream. You gotta be real about it. And none of them could do it. And Lee R. Ermey finally was like, look, this is how you do it. And he got in there and he did the whole scene, start to finish, exactly the way a Marine Corps sergeant would. Of course, he was a Marine Corps sergeant, so he lived it. And God, who was it that... Kubrick said, all right, stop. Everybody stop. Send all the other actors for this part home. And he said, Mr. Ermey, I want it right. And you're the only person that can. Put these guys through boot camp. And that was it. That was exactly how Lee R. Ermey got the role as Gunny in Full Metal Jacket. He was just so undeniably better than every one of the other actors that they couldn't imagine anybody else pulling it off. So Mr. Ermey went from being a paid technical advisor to being an actor at the same time. He stayed on as the paid technical advisor because there were other shots that still needed to be filmed. Because they still needed to have people's hair grow back out a little bit after they had had their head shaved. So it was just easier to film it boot camp first, because everybody's head had to be shaved for that, and then it takes too long to grow it back out to shave it back down so that you can redo that part. Yes, Stanley Kubrick. He definitely had lots of descriptions about how Lee was. That's just all there was to it. Oh, speaking of other military guys that made it into the movies, found another movie that Chuck Yeager was in the other day. I knew he was in The Right Stuff as the guy who walks up to Sam, whatever his name was, and says, "You guys want some whiskey?" That was in the movie The Right Stuff. You can look up that role. It's supposedly at Pancho's Happy Bottom Riding Club. So it's near the front. No big deal. He was also a party guest in Smokey and the Bandit 2. And his role was just a bit part, but it was right near the very front of the movie, too. That's number 2, not the first one, but the second one. You can see him getting sprayed with orange crap just like everybody else. Oh, there was also Audrey Murphy. He ended up being in movies. Just saying. It's the truth. The mockingbirds have officially run off all the animals. And now they're being quiet. I will say this. I've seen mockingbirds run off all kind of animals that you would be certain are about to have a snack out of a mockingbird. Never seems to happen that way, though. Mean, vindictive little suckers. That's what a mockingbird is. Mike, you're back home. Hey, some people wanted to know what was a full-on story with the 2 boxes. I'm not sure how to say. Is that Tiege Hanley or Tiege Handley? It's available at tiege.com. And I will show that here on the box. T.G. Handley. Lord knows my Texas accent's probably going to screw that up. As I indicated to Mike earlier today, chow. That's Texans for Italian. I'm willing to bet he probably laughed when he read that. But if you ever get an email from Mike, you will probably see where he says chow. No, tease. So, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, Cliff. Chow, that's mealtime. Every time I read chow. Mike spells it in the Italian way. always so much more refined and responsible. Oh, Tiza. So, Tija Handley. Tija Hanley. No D in there. Hanley. We're bad about putting R's and D's in words where it's not supposed to be. Like, I am never going to be a spokesperson for these persons, but if it works for me, we're going to be showing it off. They might just have to have somebody else play my part. Cool. Mike says he's going to tell us all, or he's going to show us all how to actually say it for real. Because Lord knows I'm horrible at this. I'm lucky that the letters don't reverse. Tej Handley. Tej Hanley. My wife could probably say it just by looking at it. When it's important to say it right, and this is, it really is, but not so important that I'm going to go drag her outside just so she can show everybody that I can't speak proper English. Tej. Tej is how to say it. Okay, Tej Hanley. Howdy, Steph. Great to see you, ma'am. Well, anyways, this is the perfect time for me to shave because, yes, sir, I did look inside the boxes. There are... There's a thing that says to log in, and there's a thing that says if I need help. There's a thank you card. There are 4 bottles of stuff. It's pretty easy to figure out. One says PM, one says scrub, and it says 2 times a week. Facial exfoliating scrub. One says AM, so use one in the morning and one in the evening just before bed. And one says a daily face wash. Okay, and then we go to the other box. I gotta say, for using a corrugated packaging, their packaging is beautiful. And then, of course, the other one, which has a notebook. And so a beard softener and a beard wash. It's not going to show up very well, but it's beard softener and beard wash. So you're saying before I shave, I should try the beard softener. I will do it. And of course, Steph, we all want pictures from the Comic-Con thing that you're going to. Okay, so like a little bit like dime, nickel, quarter. I have a bunch of beard here. It shouldn't take all that much. Yes, beard brand. And the Beard brand was shipped out of Addison, Texas. I'm not saying that's where you're going to find them online, but that's where it was shipped from. And the Tige Handley was shipped out of Chicago. Odie, when I shave, I look like my dad, and my wife's not going to have anything to do with her father-in-law, so pretty much she's set me to fail for 2 weeks. Do it live. I am not shaving live. I don't much care for shaving enough to shave live. And I'm not about to be making videos of me scrubbing my face with product 4 times a day. But I will do the product exactly as prescribed. Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Well, howdy, JB. Glad to see you could make it. I am not going to put the oil in now. I would like to at least put one more scrub in with my stuff first. And by my stuff, it's the lye soap that I normally use. But that's just to make sure that I get any dirt from the day out of here before I go putting in better stuff. Got a mosquito bite here. Y'all can see it. Kind of hard to slap yourself in the neck when you get bit by a mosquito. I might show y'all some lubing on in there live, but I want to make sure it all gets in there, so that means I'm going to be in front of the mirror and I'm not showing you my bathroom. One place I will be alone is in the bathroom. I don't take y'all in there. There's no reason to show y'all what I look like when I'm trying to doctor up this ugly mug of mine. I just hope it works. That's all I can tell you. Now, Mike said he's setting up. So y'all remember, if y'all have been missing out on any of the lives, make sure you check out that Briar Report newsletter. If you haven't been getting it, sign up for it. There is a lot of good stuff out there, and hey, we're a small community. Let's make it better if we can. Let's see. Of course, if any of y'all are in touch with Raphael or Lady Fire, she recently had a family emergency, and that's why we didn't see anything on Wednesday before the Nashville Mafia. Cliff, I mean, I don't know why y'all keep thinking that Mudge's place is noisy. You hang out here with me, you're going to have squirrels and birds and cicadas and frozen pipes across the street and lawnmowers and Lord, you name it, I've had it all. Fire trucks and police officers and ambulances. JB, Boris doesn't shave. He says, hell with shaving. That's the only reason he says he's not going to use the shaving soap. Nah, JB, I'm not doing a live from the bathroom. It's not happening. No. I got it the way I like it, and that's good enough for me. And I like it alone. My wife won't even walk near the door when I'm going into the bathroom. She's like, nope. Just dope. Oh, I can. I won't. It's my concession to being responsible. I know better. But look, Mike's starting up here probably already. I haven't gotten the dinger yet, but he's normally pretty close to on time, and it's already 2 minutes after. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been so nice having y'all here today. Make sure to take care of yourselves and each other. We'll do the best we can with that. As always, I have really enjoyed y'all being here. And in case this channel gets erased for earlier comments about the COVID vaccine and all of that, don't worry, I'll be back on with a different channel, and I'll just let everybody know where I'm at. And, well, y'all all remember, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I'll see you over on Mike's channel here in just a minute. Bye for now. I said bye for now. There it is.